Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world on this planet. I'm Lori. It's good to be with you today. I wanted to start today with a short poem by a man named Yung Pueblo. That's his pen name. And he says, going with the flow doesn't mean you sit back passively and expect everything to work out. Going with the flow means you don't cause yourself stress by fighting changes that are out of your control. And I'm going to read that again, actually. Going with the flow doesn't mean you sit back passively and expect everything to work out. Going with the flow means you don't cause yourself stress by fighting changes that are out of your control. So, as you let those words wash over you, I wanted to share a little bit about how that came to be, that I actually found that. It was a day this week where I was rushing around for the holidays and I was trying to accomplish way more than I had time for, which you may or may not be able to relate to. Feeling frustrated that a lot of the things that I was trying to get done were only partially done or just didn't move at all. And not only was I feeling frustrated, but I was also feeling stressed because everything that I wanted to get done was not getting done. And I just, in some ways, felt like my list was getting longer because I was bringing in all of this emotion, these stressful feelings, and on top of not getting things done. And so, if this cycle, as I call it, of insanity resonates for you, you might be able to relate to what happened next, which was having a moment of what I would call waiting, right? Do we ever really wait? Life is always happening around us, and we perceive waiting in this human experience. So I was waiting for my son to get in the car at school, and I happened to pull this poem up on Instagram, which is sometimes what I do when I'm waiting in the modern world. And I noticed as I was reading this and letting these words wash over me at that point, how much I was pushing and how much harder I was trying than I really needed to. And this pushing feeling of trying to organize the outside world and control my experience in a way that was really leaving me feeling depleted and tense and irritated. So once I read those words, I took stock of what I was doing and sat in a moment of silence and thought, what is my choice? What can I choose right now that is different from the experience that I've just created for myself? And so I consciously shifted my mindset to what I could control rather than all the things that I wasn't getting done. And I asked the universe for help and for guidance. And just that conscious shift opened up this new world in ways that I could have never expected. And ended up resolving things in ways that I could have never expected had I just been clinging and holding and resisting like I was. So I loved what he said because he says going with the flow doesn't mean that we sit back and we just let things happen to us. It just means that we are aware and we are present in our now moments so that we can be open to new things coming our direction and new ways of getting to where we want to go. So, with that in mind, today's meditation is about coming into presence and being in the now moment with a breath and a body awareness practice. And then for the holidays, I always love to drop into the heart to focus on some loving kindness. So we'll finish our practice on loving kindness. So before I begin today, I'd love to share the 5 essentials with you. If you're new to meditation, these are a couple of things that I talk about as you go into meditation, because it's very easy to have a lot of expectations about what will or what won't happen in meditation. The first one is it's okay to have thoughts. It is the nature of the mind to be thinking like the eyes are seeing or the nose is smelling. So when you do have thoughts, simply notice those thoughts instead of being taken away by the thoughts and engaging in story and more thinking, and just bring yourself back to the meditation, whether the anchor is the breath or bodily sensation or chanting. There's any number of focuses in meditation. The second one is to let go of any expectations that you might have. You'll have all kinds of experiences in meditation as you do it more and more. And so I always suggest that you welcome whatever crosses your path, welcome it all, and resist nothing. Just take it as a way to learn about your mind. Don't try too hard to have a certain experience. Instead, have the experience that you are having in this moment. There is very little effort required other than setting aside the time and the space for your meditation, for your practice. The fourth one is always, always be kind to yourself. If your mind wanders, or you think you should be doing something, or you should be levitating, or you should be quiet, or seeing colors, or hearing sounds, there's no right or wrong. It is whatever your experience is. So give yourself credit for the time that you've taken to be here today. And finally, stick with the practice. By sticking with your practice, you're building a new muscle that you might not have built before, and you're creating this brand new relationship with your mind. So as you let your thoughts and your impulses come and go without taking action, you become less reactive, less frustrated, and just more the observer of what's happening in your mind. We'll be meditating today for about 20 minutes, and I will keep track of the time. So I invite you now to find a comfortable, upright position that allows you to be not only relaxed, but alert to what is happening for you, what might be happening in your surroundings, and just ready for whatever comes. You can find a soft, gentle gaze in front of you, or if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And we'll begin by taking some long, slow, and deep breaths in through the nose, and out through the nose, letting your body know it's okay to relax, letting your nervous system settle, and arriving at this moment. Returning your breath to its natural rhythm and depth. Letting the body relax completely. There's no need to control or make anything happen. Tuning into this moment. Becoming mindful of any sounds around you. Ticking of a clock, barking of a dog, perhaps noticing your stomach as it groans or gurgles. Everything is perfect as it is in this moment. You might tune in to any sensations that you feel. Perhaps the clothing on your skin, your feet beneath you, grounded into the earth. the coolness of any air across your face. Noticing the contact points between you and the surface upon which you're sitting. Perhaps noticing the pressure of the contact points, how it might feel differently from your shoulders, your lower back, to your hips and thighs. Releasing any tension or any clenching or holding you might be experiencing. Noticing what wants to be released. Noticing what might want to go with the flow. We'll begin our mindful body scan now. First, beginning to pay attention to your head, inviting the muscles in your face to soften, softening your eyes, the creases of your eyes. Relaxing your nose and your tongue. Relaxing the roof of your mouth, the corners of your mouth, your chin. Letting go of any need to have a facial expression. Letting everything melt and move, release. Inviting your shoulders and your neck to soften. Your arms to relax and hang comfortably at your sides. Perhaps your hands are in your lap. Releasing any tension or any holding. Any sensations that you might be feeling. Bringing your attention to the trunk of your body. Noticing how your spine supports you. Perhaps how your ribs move with the breath. As you breathe in, breathe out. Tuning in to your lungs as they fill and empty. Softening your belly. Letting go of any tension that you might feel in your back or your lower back. Feeling the support of your pelvis, inviting it to soften, release. Imagining that your attention, as you make your way through the body, is like a beam of appreciation wherever you focus. whatever part of your body comes into your awareness. And knowing that your attention is pure love, allowing your attention now to move to your legs, to the tops of the thighs, to the knees, to your calves and ankles, all the way to your feet and your toes. You might give your toes a little wiggle, moving the energy through the body, creating a feeling of spaciousness, of flow. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to be except for this moment, loving and appreciating your body. Letting your awareness expand now to include your entire body. Tuning into the lightness of your being. Perhaps noticing the way the body moves. You might notice a gentle swaying or rocking. Perhaps you notice some twitching. Twitching might happen as more and more energy is released. And you welcome the state of relaxation even more and more. As you delve deeper into this moment. And imagine letting go of all resistance. There's no trying. No struggling against this moment. Just accepting it perfectly as it is. Bringing your attention now to the rise and the fall of your chest, your heart and your lungs. Tuning in to the entirety of your heart space. And if you like, you can see or feel or imagine your breath moving in and out of this heart space. There's a light, and that light shines beyond all things on earth, beyond all the heavens. And as you breathe in and out from the heart center, you might invite the sense that there's warmth and that there's light that emanates from you out into the world. This light is the light of your awareness, the love that lives through you as you, your radiance. Imagine with each breath, your radiance expanding, your light increasing. You might put your hand on your chest and tune in to this space for a few moments. You might even bring a gentle smile to the lips. You're welcome to rest your hands back in your lap and continue to practice the heart-centered breath in and out from the secret doorway that is your heart. We'll continue breathing naturally for a few minutes, and I'll keep track of the time. If you notice that your mind has wandered, gently and kindly bring it back to the present moment, back to the heart space and the heart-centered breath, back to your radiance. Noticing what it feels like to go with the flow of the breath as it goes in and out of the body, the flow of sensation moment to moment, the flow of the energy moves through you, through your body. I invite you now to join me in well-wishing for all beings everywhere, noticing whoever or whatever comes into your field of awareness. You might repeat this silently to yourself. You might share it out loud or simply hold this sentiment in your heart. May all beings everywhere be happy, free from suffering, and know peace. May all beings everywhere be happy, free from suffering, and know peace. Allow your mind and heart to wander the globe. Wherever you go is perfect. Allowing your love and compassion to rest wherever it needs to go. And drawing your attention once again to your heart center and offering the same blessing to yourself. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I know peace. May I be happy. May I be free from pain and suffering. May I know peace. Allowing these words to flow and circulate around you, through you, moving through every cell of your being. As this meditation draws to a close, I invite you to gradually tune in again to your surroundings. Perhaps that ticking of the clock comes back into your field of awareness. Perhaps the gentle rain outside playing on the trees. Noticing your clothing on your skin. Tuning in to your feet beneath you. Gradually bringing some movement back into the body when you're ready. You might wiggle your toes again. You might shift your body slightly. Expanding into the space around you. And when you're ready, you're welcome to blink your eyes open, or you can sit with your eyes closed for a bit longer. It's up to you. I'm going to read a passage from a book called The Book of Awakening to close our practice today. It begins, when feeling stuck, the same stream of life that runs through the world runs through my veins. We are so achievement-oriented that we often surge right by the true value of relating to what's before us, because we think that accomplishing things will complete us when it is experiencing life that will. Yet if we can outlast the urge to judge everything we encounter, a miracle starts to surround us in which painting, music, poetry, running water, flowers, wind through trees, open vistas all touch and draw out their counterpart that lives quietly within us. The 19th century poet Gerard Manley Hopkins called this inner terrain inscape. And just as no landscape can flourish without sun and water, our inscape must be irrigated and drenched with many forms of life if we are to thrive. So when feeling stuck or disconnected from the miracle of life, as it will happen to us all, try to listen, see, feel, and just take in. Try to let the energies of life stir their counterparts within you. In order to be whole, suspend your criticism, for life is not a matter of taste, but of awakening, not a matter of finding things pleasing or disturbing, but of finding things completing, not a matter of liking or disliking, but of opening the geography of one's soul. So with that, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today, and grateful for this live community as well, for joining every Monday. And at this time of gratitude and appreciation, I want to thank you so much for joining me again today. The light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. We'll see you next time.